work there. Most damage, most kills. Alright, okay. Alright, let's start off with Warlock. So, currently Warlock, not a lot of available. Again, if it says stay tuned, there's no description on it. SP recovery is just kind of like the same, still recovering 2% of your max SP plus 100 flat per 10 seconds. And it also increases your casting speed, or it hastens your casting speed, adds cast speed plus 60, even though right now everything is insta-cast almost. Energy coat is now passive as well. Spiritual shielded energy, applying energy coat for 2 seconds when taking damage, reducing your damage taken by 5%. So it is a straight up damage reduction buff to yourself as soon as you get hit. Sight blaster, just again passive. If they're close to you, you don't have to keep like recasting it. Soul Drain permanently increases your max SP by 9%, restores 0.9% of your max SP for each enemy you kill. And we have element control. You can't really scroll down here for some reason. It won't let me. That's one of the things that I reported already. But it does just increase your elemental damage, essentially. Reading spellbook enters a reading state. If you press it like this, you'll see a visual around. Pretty cool looking visual, in my opinion. Right? And you get that effect on you. And you'll see that there are indicators on your skills, right? All besides your base ones. Your base ones are basically these right here. Ice Mist, Petrification Curse, Chain Lightning, Hell Inferno, right? And these are your kind of like finishers almost, or like your big skills, including these, Tetra Vortex and Comet. So for Comet and Tetra Vortex, you see the number here at the bottom, like 8. Passively, you gain that. So if you have 5 points and you use Comet or Tetra Vortex, it'll have extra skills. If you have 3 points, the other 4, Thunder Blitz, Crimson Rock, Earth Strain, Jack Frost, they'll have like special effects as well. And then Soul Vulcan Strike or Soul Expansion, which is not available at the moment. You'll be able to get bonuses on these as well. Alright, so with that said, Ice Mist, 130% water damage in enemies in a certain radius. So basically this Ice Mist, it's insta cast right now because it's in like we're in alpha at the moment, right? We're in pioneer testing right now. Petrification Curse, we can do that as well, right? And we have Hell Inferno. So we don't know if that's gonna remain like that. It doesn't do the most damage, but you know, it does some decent damage. 130% in a 5 meter radius. Chain Lightning is the only one that's like different. It's not like a ground attack. What it is it shoots at enemies within 12 meters. That's the reason why I use it. And then another enemy within 5 meters. So if there's like a big clump of enemies, it starts bouncing between them 5 times. So you know, it's I feel like it's a better skill for large scale, unless there's like big clumps and you really just want to catch them out like that, right? That's good too. And then the secondary skills that they have, Jack Frost deals 180% water damage to enemies in a 6 meter radius within 12 meters with a 60% chance to freeze for 1.5 seconds while under reading, which is this right here. If you have 3 points in reading, cast this skill an additional time, so it casts it a second time. Freeze interrupts movements, prevents casting. It's basically the usual that you're used to, but now you can see it reduces your PDEF and your MDEF by 20%. Converts into chilled for 3 seconds when hit or when the effect ends. Chilled is just basically you reduces your movement speed and lowers their crit attack speed and casting speed by 20%. So it's really good, especially if you do it on a clump when it comes to like GVGs, right? Earth Strain is also one of those skills. Right beside each other, they're control skills. Raises the ground, 180% earth magic damage to enemies, 60% chance to petrify for the same amount of time. And then again, with 3 points in reading, it'll cast it a second time. Cast the skill an additional time. Petrify interrupts movements and prevents movement in the skill casting again, and lowers PDEF and MDEF by 35% more, which is kind of like why I like using it more, because I'm setting them up for a bigger debuff. converts into sluggish, lowers speed def, and crit res by 40% and reduces movement speed by 20%. So this is the reason why I myself, I tend to prefer this over the Jack Frost, because this just gives you more like damage potential, essentially, right? And then for Thunder Blitz, you have 180% wind damage to enemies in a 6-meter radius. It's kind of like the Lord of Vermilion for Warlocks. Essentially, 60% chance to apply stun for 1 second. While under reading, cast this skill at an additional time. And again, stun is pretty straightforward. Crimson Rock, 180% fire damage, magic damage to enemies within a 6-meter radius within 12 meters, with a 60% chance to apply burn for 3 seconds. While under reading, cast this skill an additional time. So it loses HP equal to 30% of your attack every 0.5 seconds is basically what burn is. So if you apply that twice, you're doing that extra damage. If you combo it with Earth Strain, really good for that as well. And then you have your Comet. 600% neutral magic damage. 600% neutral magic damage to enemies in a 7-meter radius within 12 meters. While under reading, cast this skill an additional time. Right? So big damage. Pay attention to this skill because it gets even more important later, especially with Tetra Vortex as well. Tetra Vortex unleashes a total of 320% water, fire, earth, and wind damage in a sequence to enemies in a 7-meter radius within 12 meters. And this next part is the biggest thing, especially in PvP. Pulls targets in once. Each hit has a 50% chance to inflict freeze, burn, petrify, or stun, guaranteeing at least one status effect. So this is very crucial in GVG. That's how you see me catch those like really big clumps and then set them up to get bursted down. And reading, again, cast this skill an additional time, so you get that double pull, you get that double damage, then you guarantee at least like 2 types of CCs back to back. So really, really crucial skill. So one of the things that I definitely want to bring up here is your Remnant Echoes. Again, Remnant Echoes, you have up to 4 symbols on each. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, equaling 20. And if you can get enough of these to reach 3, that's level 1. 6 is level 2. 9 is level 3. So for right now, the other ones, we don't really have anything here, right? We don't know what it is. It's probably going to be for the ghost element, right? Or neutral, like gravity field, all that. Or the Warlock skills for that. Or it could be for the auto attack build. We don't quite know yet. And we don't know how it's gonna look like for like second jobs, or like transcendent jobs. Yeah, right. We don't know the pacing on those still. So for now, TBA. But let's focus on this for now because this is really good. This makes your M attack scale with int. So the more intelligence you have, which is probably like as much as possible, for every 4 int gains 1 M attack. So your intelligence has more value that way. And then this one, Hell Inferno, Ice Mist, Chain Lightning, and Petrification Curse. Again, that's your secondary, or your primary, I mean, damage multiplier plus 30%. So the little bouncing like Chain Lightning that I was talking about earlier, and like the stuff that I just showed you, is gonna give like more damage to those. After casting any of these skills 10 times, gains 1 stack of Element Tuning. Element Tuning empowers the next Crimson Rock, Jack Frost, Thunder Blitz, or Earth Strain. Pay attention to Element Tuning, as this is going to be important in level 3, raising the chance to inflict burn, freeze, stun, or petrify to 100%, stacking up to 5 times. So once you have that Element Tuning, that's when you really start throwing out your choice of skill out of like the 4, right? For me, that was the fire and the earth. Again, as soon as you reach Element Tuning, enhances Comet now as well, causing it to summon 4 additional meteors that deal fire, water, wind, and earth damage, totaling 150% of M attack. So that's essentially an additional 600% on Comet on top of like what you already do. So that's pretty insane. M attack for this one scales with Dex. For every 4 Dex gains 1 M attack. When things are no longer instacast in the actual game, then we're gonna do that. That's gonna be like pretty crucial as well. But this one right here, after casting Tetra Vortex, gains 3 stacks of Element Tuning. Like I said, pay attention to Element Tuning. It's gonna be a very popular or very like crucial mechanic for Warlock. After casting Tetra Vortex, gains 3 stacks of Element Tuning. Empowers, again, you guys already know that what that does. So it just gives you more opportunity for damage and for burst. And level 3, which is something that I like myself because of the fact that, like, again, level 3 up here increases more damage for Comet on top of like what you're already doing as base. It essentially doubles it in different elements. And then you now increase the multiplier by 200%. Pretty damn good. But that's it pretty much for the Warlock class. We've covered it for the most part. And just as a bit of a teaser here, let's try to do the other ones as well. So this is Tetra Vortex. That's with reading. You see the double cast, right? And what we can do is we can wait a little bit, get the 5. Now you see it spinning as well. We can do Comet. You can see all the elements going down. It's kind of nuts. And that's why you try to do it. And let's do Ice Mist on this one right here. There you go. All right. Oh yeah, I already showed you Ice Mist. There you go. And then Earth Strain. There you go. Crimson Rock. And the only other thing I didn't show you yet is gonna be Thunder Blitz and Jack Frost, right? So Thunder Blitz. That's Thunder Blitz. Jack Frost. Right? There we go. So that essentially covers everything related to Warlock.
I'm the shit, I'm the trip. Take a shit, wipe the drip from your lip. Know that I can keep it held down with my little finger.